All right. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to an early special episode of Brews and Qs. I am your man, Mr. GQ, with a nice pot of coffee here.
I'm your boy DJ Michael B with some pineapple and Cavassier. Also, by the way, I am your baby mama's cousin favorite DJ.
I am the world's greatest deal. All right.
Never not be a time that's funny.
Oh, yeah. So we've already started off the week 5 with an L.
Yeah, well, you know.
The Broncos decided to not play football again. And the Colts have decided to be 2-0 against the AFC West and 0-2-1 against their own division.
Hey, 2-0 for the A. 2-0 going against the AFC West is pretty fucking good. So
they still got to play the Chargers and the Raiders this year, so maybe they'll go 4-0. They already beat essentially 2 of the hardest teams.
Yeah. They most definitely did. So,
and then I don't know if you saw it yesterday. I think it was yesterday. Yeah. Russell Wilson had a small surgery on a torn pec. You know how it goes. Every time something happens, some magical surgery comes out of the woodwork.
Well, hopefully that's the reason why he can't get his shit together this season.
Well, the way the rest of that offense look, I don't know if they got them doing a surgery.
It ain't got shit to do with surgery. That offense is pathetic, putrid, egregious, to quote Stephen A. Smith.
Right. Yeah, of course. And I had the London game blurred in the background, but so they have about 8 minutes till kickoff.
All right, so let's pick the London game first.
Yeah, so it's actually a fairly lot of stake in this game. So this is the first time we've had a London game with 2 winning teams.
Huh.
The Packers with a win today will be the winningest franchise in NFL history. The Giants come in with the number 1 rushing offense, and Aaron Rodgers is Aaron Rodgers.
The Giants have the number 1 rushing offense?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Saquon is leading in scrimmage yards right now for the NFL.
It's just so weird to me that it's not the Ravens, but
well, when your offense is like the Titans used to be a couple years back when it's Derrick Henry or bust.
Yeah.
I mean, they just lost Sterling Shepard. You've had copious injuries. I think Kadarius Toney I don't even know if he's suited up for a game this year. Kenny Golladay was out.
Fucking sucks, bro. It sucks because they have a pretty good chance this year just back into the playoffs.
Oh, not to mention your quarterback was messed up. He had a messed up ankle. He's playing today, but
I don't count the quarterback going down kind of as a loss. It's like maybe we might find it might be the Eli Manning thing. So I tell you what, give me
your backup was Tyrod Taylor and he got injured with a concussion.
I preferred Tyrod Taylor over Daniel Jones. I'm not gonna lie to you. Kind of. Yeah. I'm gonna take the Packers though, even though the Giants are one of my teams and things. I'm gonna take the Packers. I just don't see. Speaking of that, I need to set my fantasy lineup. Yeah, I'm gonna take the Packers. While we're on this call, I'm setting my fantasy lineup.
All right, yeah, I said mine already. I had to make sure I have no random, but I don't have any players for this. Aaron Rodgers on my bench still, so
I know. The whatchamacallit, in our league, I'm good. It's CJ's league where I'm good.
I'm not playing Robert Tonyan today either, so I'm sticking with the homie Pat Fryer move today. So we'll see how that goes. Even though he has a really, really difficult matchup today against the Bills.
I need Keenan Allen to come back. It's really annoying me. Should I play Jalen Waddle or Christian Kirk versus Houston? I think I'll play Christian Kirk versus Houston though. So
yeah, I think Christian Kirk versus Houston will be better. I say that, but I mean Jalen Waddle against, but the Jets.
But I mean Miami also doesn't have their quarterback.
It's true, they do have Teddy Two Gloves.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
but I mean if he's got a healthy Christian Kirk, I mean why not? So we got first game up from the 12 o'clock slate after the London game. We got Steelers at Bills.
I don't know why this game is tricky to pick.
Because the Bills have a tendency to lose games that don't make a lot of sense.
Yeah, but the Steelers also changed quarterbacks, and I don't know how to feel about that.
Well, we don't know how to feel about a rookie quarterback, but we also know that the Bills have multiple injuries in their secondary.
Micah Hyde is really a big one, and it's fucking me up.
Well, they've got four. I think it's four corners that are still like nicked up, banged up, and then because they remember they signed one off the practice squad too. I mean, not off the practice squad, off the street.
The street, yeah. I'm gonna still take the Bills though. I love Mike Tomlin, but the Steelers are just gonna be very competitive this year, and that's about it.
I'm gonna pick the Bills offense.
Mm-hmm. I wouldn't Josh Allen, Stephon Diggs.
Yeah, because I saw that T.J. Watt's his injury or his return, got delayed, so he's still out, but he still looks like he's gonna come back and play this season. So, despite the torn, I think he had a torn pec as well. That's rough, man. You got these cats being 270 pounds tearing a pec and then still come back playing football. It's crazy because my ass be laid up in bed somewhere.
I catch the flu and I laid up in bed. I'm not tearing no fucking pec and going to play football. You crazy?
Next one we got up. This one's actually, I'm gonna circle this one. This one could potentially be one of the best games of the weekend. Chargers at Browns. That one has a chance to have some fireworks in it.
Nick Chubb is gonna do Nick Chubb things.
Yes, I expect that. I think the Chargers defense is starting to get healthy. Their players are starting to come back. Minus Bosa, of course, but
who's home?
Browns are home.
I'm gonna take the Chargers.
All right, and I am going to stick with the Chargers because I think after watching what they did with Austin Eckler and everything last week, I think they're starting to get it. I mean, yes, Keenan Allen's out, but Mike Williams is playing, so they'll be fine. Yeah, I think it's such a like this Browns team is so like eh.
Well, I think the Browns team will be more solidified once Deshaun Watson gets there because inconsistent quarterback play has kind of been there.
Sounds like the Panthers. Well, no, nobody worse than the Broncos.
Yeah,
so like since Peyton Manning, they've had like too many quarterbacks.
Yeah, they're still looking for a replacement. They had Trevor Siemian, and then
the Browns have never had a franchise quarterback.
You know what?
Remember the shirt of all the quarterbacks.
As I sit here, I'm like, you know what? I have never said he's an all-time Browns great quarterback ever. The Browns have never had a franchise quarterback, even before they left and came back.
Not one that we're aware of.
That's crazy.
You know what?
I did like Brady Quinn. I
mean, they also had Colt McCoy. That was one of Fitzpatrick's many stops, I believe. You had Brandon Weeden.
Mm-hmm. Brandon Weeden. I ain't heard that name in so long. Wow.
Man was 28 years old coming out of college.
Good memory. Because I forgot about Brandon Weeden.
I didn't just because I think he played for your Texans too.
He did.
All right. And speaking of the Texans, that's our next game up is you got Texans visiting the Jaguars. So we have a division game.
For some reason, it's screaming to me that Christian Kirk should dominate. What's the quarterback again? Trevor Lawrence. Trevor Lawrence should go off and dominate, and this should be a blowout. But for some reason, I'm going with Houston. I just feel like if you're going to win a game, why not a division game against somebody you absolutely know? And the defense is pretty good. It's going to limit a lot of the passing defense. The Texans defense is pretty damn good. I said I had to wait for a couple of weeks to see if I can, but I approve it. It's pretty good.
Yeah, no, their defense is definitely slightly above average. They're competitive, I guess is the word that people want to use. But I'm gonna take the Jags. I'm gonna take Trevor Lawrence had a rough game against the current number one team in football, the undefeated team, not the number one team. Let me make sure I say that correctly. The Eagles are just too hot for anybody right now. But I think they have a bounce back game. I think Trevor Lawrence gets right back on track again, and I think the game's in Jacksonville. I think they'll have a solid balance of run pass, and I think they'll keep that Texans defense like away. The problem with the Texans is like if you keep that game close, Davis Mills will fuck around and bite you.
around and find out.
Yeah. So I don't think the Jags are going to do that. I think Doug Peterson's like, all right, let me just put them away real quick and keep it moving from there.
I expect the Jazz to try and put it away quick, but I also expect the Texans defense to be like, okay, if we can keep this shit close.
I just expect another division game.
Yeah.
Means and division we don't know.
Yeah.
Speaking of division games, our next game, we have Chicago at Minnesota. So you got a Bears team that.
Come on, you know exactly where I'm going with this.
Hey, it's not a primetime game, so
give me exactly. Give me Kinfolk.
Yep, I'm in that game too. Yeah, definitely give me Kirk Cousins. The Vikings are 3-1, so I mean it's not like they're bad.
Both of the Vikings are going to be very much better this year, and they lost to who they lost to what you call it, and it's a good team. I just can't think of who they lost to.
They beat the Packers.
I think the Packers. Yeah, that was the Packers. In the second week, whenever the Packers, I think that's when the Packers won the second week of the season prime time. So
yeah, I don't remember who did they lose to your Giants?
Oh shit!
I'm trying to find it.
I don't remember who they lose to the Giants or the Pack, man. I think they lost.
They beat the Lions in week 3. Did they lose last week? No, they were in London last week, weren't they?
Last week they won.
Yeah. Yeah, they beat the Saints by 3, so they had to have lost in week 2.
No, I think did they lose in week 2 or week 1? Oh no, because they won week 1.
Yeah, they won week 1. Where is the Vikings? Yep, they lost to the Eagles. They lost in Monday Night Football. Monday Night Football to the Eagles.
Oh, that's not bad though, because they lost to the best team.
It is when you lose 24-7.
Well, yes, but we also know Kirk Cousins can't play in primetime for some reason.
I don't even think he clocked in.
Yeah, that he showed up to the game.
Most intriguing matchup for me personally this weekend: Detroit Lions visiting the New England Patriots.
Is what's the receiver for the Lions?
Amon-Ra St. Brown. He's supposed to play. Yeah.
He's supposed to play. Okay.
Yeah, him. He's supposed to play. Josh Reynolds is going to play. DeAndre Swift is still out.
He says the Lions versus who?
The Patriots.
Patriots. Give me. Boy.
I'm gonna be a fanboy and I'm gonna take the Patriots because one, we're playing in our throwback stadium, like how the Bengals did. We're playing in the old school Boston Patriots stadium today, like they've done the field up like that. And I'm gonna take it because of the Patriots defense, because what they showed against Aaron Rodgers last week told me everything I need to know about this team. If we win games, it's gonna be because the defense shows up and shows out. Bailey Zappi is going to be our starting quarterback today. Jones is still out, and Hoyer's in the concussion protocol.
I'll tell you what, I'm gonna take the Patriots as well, but in saying that, if you have anybody on offense for the Lions that is a number one, and whatever they do, play them. If we said last week, these dudes have scored. The Lions put up points. They scored what is it, like 35 points every game?
Yeah, 30. Yeah, they scored 35 and they're giving up 35.3.
Yeah, so the same
now, mind you, the Patriots ain't about to. If they score 35 points, I'll be shocked. I don't even know if they're going to score past 17. But
I think the Patriots got a special teams touchdown that'll blow the game open.
Yeah, but yeah, that's why I got them going with that. Just because the offense will be what the offense is. I do think our running back will be the X factor in this game because the Lions are terrible against the run. They're like dead last against the run. So we have two running backs in Damian Harris and Ramondre Stevenson that could just run the game to a win.
Yeah, I like what the Lions are doing though, but
All right. This next one doesn't make a lot of sense. You got the Seahawks visiting the Saints. You have the 2-2 Seahawks and the 1-3 Saints. Geno Smith is actually getting kind of hot right now.
Let me tell you, I am the first person that'll tell you, I'm so happy for Geno Smith.
I am. Yeah. I mean, he's a guy. He was in college. He was on the Heisman watch for Virginia Tech. I mean, excuse me, West Virginia. Excuse me. I'm so sorry. Then he went to the. I think it was it the Orange Bowl? I think it was. And
Yeah.
got hella exposed in the cold. Then got drafted to the Jets, which is cold again, and just.
But you know what? But you know what though? When he was with the Jets, his either his first or second year, they did win like 9 or 10 games.
Yeah, so they did win 9 games. They weren't bad, but Geno just never captured that hype when he got to the NFL.
You know what I'm saying? He wasn't it, but he's very good. He's a very good. I hate using the word game manager, but I'm pretty.
I don't see anything wrong with. I don't think there's anything wrong. If you label me a game manager, I'm content with that.
I just don't like the word. Just you know what I'm saying, because when you hear game manager, you get classified as a type that can't throw.
Who's that?
That's Jeremy.
Oh.
He's the type of quarterback that's not going to lose you the game.
Asia Blaze with the podcast pop up.
Like I don't think he's gonna. Now he's not as interception prone as he used to be. He does take care of the football a lot better.
So
so I don't think he's gonna lose you the game. Like he's not gonna put the ball on the ground 4 or 5 times like Trevor Lawrence and like Carson Wentz did here a couple weeks ago, stuff like that.
The Seahawks are very, very competitive. I can definitely say that they're very competitive. Geno has always been a warrior since college. He's been a warrior.
We got arguably the best receiver cornerback matchup this weekend. You've got Marshawn Lattimore on DK Metcalf. That should be a really good matchup.
Hey, if I had to personally ask you who was winning that matchup, what would you say? Mind you, the quarterback does play a part in this.
I won't be surprised if Metcalf can win that matchup because I like Marshawn. I love Marshawn Lattimore's aggressiveness because him and Mike Evans have a phenomenal back and forth, as we know this. But Metcalf is a lot stronger. And I think that plays a factor too.
Marshawn Lattimore, this is one thing I notice about him, and this is just me, watching and diving in deeper into football. I can definitely Marshawn Lattimore has the tendency to overplay big time receivers, a la Mike Evans, and Mike Evans lights his ass up every time because he overplays and he tries to show out against.
I wouldn't say every time because him and Mike Evans have like there's some games where he essentially shuts Mike Evans down. Like he kind of. But I think Metcalf being a lot stronger and I think younger too. I think the youth factor will play a role. I think I'm gonna give it 55-45 in favor of Metcalf. I still think Lattimore will win a good chunk of the snaps, but I think I'm gonna give it 55-45.
Is Alvin Kamara playing?
Yes, he is. Jameis is not. Michael Thomas is not. Olave's playing. Jarvis Landry is supposed to suit up today. And Taysom Hill may or may not suit up. So you got Andy Dalton playing quarterback for the Saints. Ooh. Andy Dalton, the Red Rifle.
Andy Dalton still in the league?
Yeah, that's Jameis Winston's backup.
Shit, shout out to TCU. Is it TCU?
Yes.
Shout out to TCU. You know what? I like what the Seahawks have been doing. It just seems to me like they know how to win games. Whereas the Saints have no idea how to win games. Even though the Saints are supremely talented, and they shouldn't have the record they have right now.
100%.
I am going to. This is a toss-up game, but I'm going to. Who's at home?
The Saints. The game's in New Orleans.
Ooh. Give me the Saints. I'll take the Saints. Okay. Andy Dalton can get hot for one because Andy Dalton is a very good quarterback if he limits turnovers.
Yeah,
He has that one season with the Bengals when they were good, and then he got hit with the concussion. And
I'm gonna take the Saints as well, and I think the Saints will win this game based off of a key play by the defense today.
I think Marshawn Lattimore is gonna have one interception because Geno is gonna rely too much on DK Metcalf.
Well, I hope Alvin Kamara has a show today.
I hope so, man, because
I'm chasing that. Listen. Finally, Austin Eckler had a game last week, so now I need, I'm Kamara to have a game. I'm really chasing that first dub in our fantasy league. I'm gonna find it.
Me too.
All right, but you see, I almost got 40 points from Denver's defense though.
You know what made me mad though? I didn't play what's the receiver from Cincinnati last week. Not Chase. I didn't play him last week in CJ's league, and he had him a monster game.
T Higgins is the number 2 in an offense like that. I don't know why you didn't play him.
But he's only put up like 5 and 6 points all year.
No, in week 3 he balled out. Week 3, because he balled out before he even got the concussion. He had like 6 catches for like 70 or 80 or some shit like that. And then week 4 he played well too.
In our league, it makes sense. In CJ's league, it doesn't make sense.
Fair point.
Yeah.
In PPR, T Higgins is a dog. That's why I really wanted to pick him up whenever he was dropped, but controversy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like in our league, it would have made sense for me to play Higgins, but in CJ's league, it doesn't. If they're not scoring touchdowns or they're not catching over 100 yards, you're wasting your time.
Point taken.
Just say inside of fantasy football, there are people there's different leagues and different scoring. So
definitely different. I'm playing in 3 separate leagues with 3 separate scoring types. So all right, so we both got the Saints in that game. We got Dolphins visiting the Jets. 3-1 versus 2-2. AFC East. Definitely not the trash division like people used to talk about. This division is extremely competitive somehow.
Very much so.
Tua is out already. We know that already. Jalen Waddle and Tyreek Hill are both kind of banged up, but they're still supposed to play.
Jalen Waddle is still questionable. So
yeah, I am actually taking a deep dive in this particular game in the money league. I'm actually starting Raheem Mostert in this game because I lost Javonte Williams, so I picked up Raheem Mostert in waivers.
Yeah,
actually, because he's been out snapping Chase Edmonds since week 3. Yeah, since week 3, the snap share has been bigger in favor. And of course, Mike McDaniel loves Raheem Mostert from his days in San Francisco. So his numbers are starting to go up, and I don't think the Jets' defense will be enough to slow him down. At least I hope not. So I picked him up for PPR, and we'll see how he does. I'm hoping for the best.
But who are you picking?
That's the hard part. Do I want to? I got to try not to pick with my heart because my heart tells me always pick against CJ's punk ass team.
Man, fuck CJ in it.
But now,
I wonder if CJ will ever. I wonder if CJ ever sees Brews and Qs, he will cuss us the fuck out.
We need to bring him on one time.
Yeah.
This is tough. Zach Wilson just got back last week.
He had a game.
He did. He actually did have a game. You know what? Give me the Dolphins. Give me the Dolphins in a close game.
Contrary to popular belief, I actually do like Zach Wilson. I think he should be a pretty. He'll be a starting quarterback for sure in the NFL.
I actually do like the Jets defense. I mean, the Jets offense. I like Breece Hall. I like the other Wilson, the receiver they got. I like I drew a break. I had their whole offense in my head just now and I lost it. Elijah Moore. I like their tight end too. I think it's Conklin, I believe it is. I mean, I like, and they have good complement of running backs. Michael Carter and a couple other guys. Like I like their offensive players. I'm gonna put my trust in Teddy Two Gloves for this game to take care of the ball and just coast him to a win in what should be. It could either be a really close game or a blowout or a shootout. This game could be either one of those things.
Okay.
But I'm gonna take the Dolphins though.
All right, so that's another one we differ on.
Taking the Jets?
Yep. Definitely taking the Jets. Fuck CJ. That's the best way to describe that.
Right.
I wish I was in California instead of Miami.
Right. I got another division game for you that's coming up here. I got the Falcons visiting the Buccaneers. Chris Godwin is going to play today. Mike Evans is back. Julio Jones is questionable. He did put in 2 practices this week. So Tampa's starting to get healthy as far as their skill players. They've still got a lot of offensive line injuries. That another guy, I believe, go down last week. I don't remember if he's back or not. The Falcons are the Falcons.
Tom Brady's going through some things right now.
Yeah, and then Tom Brady. Sorry, the Falcons did. Cordell Patterson is on injury reserve. Damian Williams comes back from IR next week. And Kyle Pitts isn't playing. Kyle Pitts is out with a hamstring injury.
Oh, beautiful! Give me the Buccaneers.
Yeah, well, no matter what the Falcons had, I was taking the Bucs either way. Yeah. I just wanted to build it up.
Receivers off the street right now in Miami that's walking down the road, and I would still take Tom Brady's team.
Yeah. Speaking of the Bucs, he played 2 games for the Bucs this year, and then he retired, Cole Beasley. So, hey, it was a nice career. You were a slot receiver. It is what it is. You probably made most of your money in Dallas, and then you went to Buffalo, and that was it. You did your best Julian Edelman impression.
Ooh.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say that. Yeah, I did.
Yeah, you did. Oh, shit.
All right. We hit our 10-minute warning mark. So that means we got 1, 2, 3, 4 games left. We've already chosen our primetime games already. Just as a recap, ladies and gentlemen, we chose the Broncos, the Bengals, and the Chiefs, respectively, for our primetime wins. Because, yeah, check the podcast. I will tell you more detail about that.
Well, we're 0-1.
You have another toss-up game. Titans visiting the Commanders. Oh, and Brian Robinson is making his NFL debut today for the Commanders. The running back got shot. He is making his debut today as well.
Good story.
Yeah, great story. To be shot in the leg, get all major arteries dodged, recover, get back on the practice field, train, and be ready to play a football game. That's amazing.
Give me the Commanders. They're going to be riding high off the comeback or the first start. So yeah, I'll take the Commanders.
This game is very difficult.
Washington football team.
The Washington Commanders, but I don't know. I don't even know who to trust. I can't trust either one of these teams to do anything worth a shit.
Which teams you just named?
Just now?
Yeah.
The Commanders.
Yeah. Okay. So who are you taking?
You know what? Give me the Titans on a road upset.
Derrick Henry should have his way against the defense.
The Titans have done well for me this year as far as our picks go, because I did pick them to beat the Raiders, and I also picked that to be Derrick Henry's breakout game, and that's exactly what it was. I
did not pick them.
So I will take the Titans to help me find my way back into this ass whooping that I'm taking in season long right now. All right, we've got the Niners and the Panthers, a defensive stalemate.
Baker Mayfield is trash.
You heard what I said. I said a defensive stalemate. I did not say anything else. I said defensive.
Baker Mayfield is on your team. I'm betting against you every time. He's trash, and I hope Skip Bayless. I hope Skip Bayless sees this at some point. Trash, garbage. Shannon told that man over and over again he was garbage, and he's freaking trash. He's just a starter. That's it. He might be the 31st best quarterback in the NFL, and that might be pushing it because they got some better than I think Huntley is better than him. So
I take it we're both going with the 49ers.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think this will be Jimmy Garoppolo's best game. There is some random storylines in this game. So the Niner, he talked about in an interview where he almost chose the Panthers. They were in the midst of very extended talks for the trade. I think that Panthers team would be a lot different if you had Jimmy Garoppolo as your quarterback, and I think the Niners would have damn near fallen apart.
Quarterback.
Well, no, I think the Niners would have damn near fallen apart because then you would already lost Trey Lance, and then you would have had who? You would have went back to Mullins. I don't even know if Mullins is on your roster anymore. I don't even know who the backup for the backup is anymore.
Yeah. Ashy.
All right. We have the to take a game out of college instead of the battle of the bands, we got the battle of the birds. Eagles versus the Cardinals. This game is the battle of two extremely mobile, exciting quarterbacks. One that's on fire and one that is still trying to find his way without his best players. And I'm sticking by what I said early in the season. I still think Cliff Kingsbury is the first NFL head coach to be fired this year. I do not think he's going to make it outside of this season. I don't. This game is in Arizona. I don't care. I'm taking the Eagles. I'm going to ride this wave until they prove otherwise. They have too many weapons all around. Jalen Hurts, shout out.
You see what I'm doing? I don't think I need to tell you who I'm taking. East side, all day, every day.
His dad was my football coach in high school. This little kid used to run around our football practice before he went on off to Channelview High School to go do great things. And when he went off to Alabama, then moved on to Oklahoma to continue doing great things. And now he's doing great things in the NFL.
Go these days, because you had Knox that came out of Channelview, and now you have Jalen Hurts that came out of Channelview.
It is what it is, but that's how it went. So yeah, I'm definitely taking the Eagles in this game, and so are you. So
CJ's Channelview Eagle or whatever the hell they are.
If around Christmas time the Cardinals are like reeling, like if they're just that far under 500, I can see them firing Cliff Kingsbury. I'm riding that because I just think he's going to be the first coach fired this year. I don't think it's going to be Matt Rule, because Matt Rule is still trying to get his guys in the room.
Extension.
You what?
I don't understand why they gave this man an extension. Cliff Kingsbury, they gave him an extension. I don't understand why.
Well, right now Kyler's. I don't know why Kyler got the contract, because he ain't proven it either. But all right.
All right, when DeAndre comes back, but you could definitely see that Kyler is not that guy.
No. Another interesting game. We got 3 minutes left, so we pretty much can spin because we've already chosen 2 games after this. But we got the Cowboys at the Rams.
This is just the kind of game that the Cowboys are going to choke away and the Rams are going to win.
Yeah, the game. Yeah, the game is in SoFi. Cowboys are leading the league in sacks.
No, it's today.
At some point, Matthew Stafford's going to show up and play football. Cooper Kupp's doing Cooper Kupp things. The Rams' running game looks very similar to Buffalo's running game. It's non-existent. Neither one of these running backs can seem to get any traction going. Defensively, the Rams are, I don't know. They're like hit or miss.
Stafford is hurt enough he's not looking for Allen Robinson. He's actually going to spread the ball out. That's what I'm banking this game on.
I think that's the secret to the Rams' success, is they're going to need to try to spread the ball around, but they also need to find a running back. This team is missing a running back. Like, they're missing a takeover running back, because no one respects either of the running backs they have.
Oh, they better make a trade for Clyde Edwards-Helaire or something.
Nah, they ain't. Nah, Chiefs ain't trading him.
Hmm? Oh, this ain't even FaceTime. This is the podcast. You made an appearance.
I know. That's how I'm trying to wait.
Now, I wouldn't be surprised to see if somehow, some way, and if this happens, I'm gonna lose it. If after this season, if somehow, some way the Rams are able to trade for a guy like Saquon or something, it would just be a virtual cheat code.
The Giants aren't giving him up.
They don't have to. He's at the end of his contract.
He's a restricted, so they can just match whatever.
No, they can't. They can't. They don't have the cap space to match what other teams can match. They're going to have to franchise tag him. That's going to have to be their best bet. But if I'm Saquon, I'm requesting a trade. I don't want to play for an organization that has not done right by me like that. Odell,
I'm holding.
You think Odell coming back?
I'm holding out hope.
Nah.
I don't think he's going to come back, because I don't think Odell likes Daniel Jones, even though he's better than Baker Mayfield.
I think he goes back. I think he goes back to the Rams. He's looking to play in November, so I think he looks to go back to the Rams. He's talked about going to Tampa as well, but I think, and the Chiefs. But I think the Rams is his home. I think if he can be the number 2 and you move Allen Robinson to the number 3, I think it can change the whole course of that offense. We're at less than a minute. Oh, we have not chosen this game. You chose the Rams, right?
Yep.
All right, yeah, I chose the Rams in this game as well. I think this is the end of Cooper Rush's little 4-0 little thing going on here. On the off chance that we get kicked out of this thing, I am your mama's favorite Dilf, Mr. GQ.
I'm your baby mama